All right, congratulations. You have made it to stage 3, the learning plan. And today we're going to talk about learning activities, what will my students do in class, and any formative assessment strategies that you might apply to that. The first thing I'll talk about with learning activities is this, for whatever reason, was once confused with lesson plans. So I saw things when I first took over in this area that actually spoke to the day, so day 1, day 2, whatever, of the cycle and what was going to happen that day. That is not what we're looking for. As I understand it, there was some confusion about lesson plans and Rubicon being married, but they're not, as you all know now. So the learning activities really is just sort of a foundational list of that which may take place on any given day during this unit. So this might be a little bit more voluminous than what we've seen prior, but again, it doesn't really need to be. If you have a bag of tricks that you owe to pretty consistently, that's what will go here. The only thing I'll ask or remind you of is when you have learning activities that speak to a certain unit, it doesn't necessarily mean they apply to all units. So this is really not a copy and paste job exclusively. It could have elements borrowed from each other between the units, but to say that every learning activity applies to every unit, I think is a bit disingenuous, so please avoid that. So what I'm going to do here is give you a few like usual. And because of the word do in the description, I am going back to my verb here just to make sure that it's clear that kids are actually doing something. And again, the more active learner, the better. So we're going to watch videos of different stages of hitting. We're going to go outside and take live swings off the tee and move into a soft toss, and then finally live batting practice. And we're going to read to talk about the mechanics and the physics of swinging. So that's only 3. That seems to be my number here for my videos. But again, that's really up to you. But it is sort of a daily list of what could happen, with the understanding, again, from me and your building leader, that everything isn't going to happen every day. As far as formative assessments, again, this is something that folks get confused with the summatives, but I think by now we're in a position where everybody kind of understands the difference. These are any strategies you might use to check in. It can really, again, be anything. Again, you guys have a bag of tricks that you use. We know that you are constantly assessing the learning of all your kids. So I just put a few on here that are really generic. And to be honest, I'm okay with the generic assessment strategies here. I don't need you to be crazy creative here. I know that you are from day to day, but I do need to know that there is an awareness on your part that formative assessment is crucial to the learning. It is something that we kind of look for when we come in, and certainly you should be thinking about as you plan. So if the same formative assessment strategies appear in several units, that's fine, because again, I think that's what we do. Please don't feel like you need to reinvent the formative wheel here. That's not what I'm asking for. So they should sort of go together like we've seen so many times before, based on section, and what you put inside them is really kind of based on what you do. So if somebody else were to look at that curriculum, they would say, oh, okay, yeah, I do that too. Or we can get them a page for themselves to add to. Okay, so that is learning activities and formative assessment strategies. See you next time.